Hi and welcome to YPKO Radio Volume 4 with me, James Woodcock, owner of Yamaha Personal Keyboard Owner. What you just heard was the main demonstration from the Yamaha Tyros 2. You can hear many more audio samples on our website, which now include the new 24-bit high-quality recordings for greater detail than the MP3 versions we released earlier in October. Finally, I have settled on a name for our little downloadable radio show. Thank you to those who sent in your suggestions for a name. YPKO Radio certainly is radio-like, and it is far easier to say than Yamaha Personal Keyboard Owner Radio. By now I know quite a few of our members are already enjoying the new flagship keyboard from Yamaha, the Tyros 2. But there are still some people undecided, although I would say there has been an overwhelming positive response to the Tyros 2, which is greatly deserved. Music has been taken to the next level, and this can be seen with the 42 super articulation instruments on the Tyros 2, ranging from the beautiful new nylon guitar and the soft saxophone, although there are many varied voices available making use of this technology, including the super realistic string sections. Let's also not forget the 400 styles on Tyros 2, and if you have a broadband internet connection at home, you can connect the keyboard directly to the internet to download additional styles. So what types of styles are on this new flagship keyboard? Well, it is far better to give you a taste on our radio show than me trying to explain, so here are some of the intros from the Tyros 2 styles. I hope you enjoyed the selection of styles there, although we have another 5 minutes worth of style examples for you to enjoy later on in the show. On the last weekend of October, the Yamaha Club hosted an event at Elveston Hall in the UK to offer tutorials, presentations and concerts to their guests. More importantly, it was a celebration recognising the club's 10th anniversary. As Yamaha personal keyboard owner is now working very closely with the Yamaha Club, I was invited to make a presentation detailing the new partnership and how the site works. This was actually my first major presentation since college, and that only lasted 10 minutes in front of a lecturer and a few students. This time around, an hour was required with an unknown audience. Thankfully, the room was full, and everyone seemed to leave with a greater understanding of my aims, and also a couple of members that were already registered on the site offered their moral support, so thank you to those who attended. The weekend was a great success for the Yamaha Club, and I particularly enjoyed Peter Bartman's performance on the CVP 309 digital piano. He flew over especially for the 10th anniversary celebrations. Now before we move on, here is the second part of the Tyros 2 styles. what do you think? What a wide-ranging selection of excellently programmed styles. Since October the 1st, 2005, I have added a voicemail service so members can ring in and leave comments about their instruments or the site. So far only 2 people have called in with comments, but obviously it would be great to hear from more people. I am hoping once you have listened to a couple of comments, you will feel brave enough to leave a message yourself. It is very easy. Just ring our UK voicemail number on 0207 193 3092, to which after a few rings you will hear an automated message. Finally, you will be able to leave a message which will be recorded and may be used in our radio shows. This is a great way of sharing your thoughts on Yamaha products, and especially with Tyros 2 now on the scene, maybe you have one at home and you would like to tell us your verdict. So here is our very first caller.
Hello, this is Dieter from Belgium, also known as Torbeest on the forum on Yamaha PK owner. I would like to congratulate James on building another nice community. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your call and kind comments regarding the site. Now on to our next and final caller.
Hey James, this is Scott Yee in California, San Francisco Bay Area. Anyway, I'm a Yamaha PK owner, member, and I'm expecting my Tyros any day now. I hope to get it by next week. Today is October the 26th, I think. Anyway, yes, I'm interested in possibly taking part. Probably will. I got to get my Tyros 2 before I am able to do that, though. And you're doing a great job with the Personal Keyboard Owner website, and I'm looking forward to being part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, for your message, and I hope by now you are playing away on your Tyros 2. Be great if you could leave us another message to let us know how you are getting on with your acquisition. If you want to leave a message, remember call 0207 193 3092 and have your say. Worldwide the number is +44 207 193 3092. Now time for another audio sample, this time of the Yamaha Club 10th Anniversary Charity CD, available from the Yamaha Club website. Featuring many UK artists including Yamaha demonstrators, you can purchase this CD direct from their website over at www.yamaha-club.co.uk. Thank you for listening to Volume 4 of YPKO Radio.